Well, the arts have always been integral to the Somerset House site. From the earliest days in William Chambers' public offices, the great societies, the great institutions of the arts all wanted a foothold here. The Royal Society itself was established here, the Royal Academy of Arts was established here, and the Royal Society of Antiquaries. And the reason they all wanted to be here was, of course, because of the significance, the symbolic nature of this site at the centre of a world capital. 400 years ago, from 1613, Inigo Jones was surveyor to the King's Works here for 30 years. And Somerset House was the centre of world drama, a period following immediately after Shakespeare, where celebrations of political power and royal power took place regularly within the original Somerset House site. So the arts have always been integral to the fabric and architecture of this site. Inigo was a great innovator. He cut across various disciplines in his work. But we were also interested in this name, Inigo. As a sign, of course, it reads, "In I go." And one of our missions was to ensure that the work we're going to do in the East Wing truly opens up King's to an outward-facing role, an outward-facing mission, so the public can feel newly enfranchised and newly engaged with our work and feel that they can come in. So literally, they would see this sign and hopefully feel that they could come in I go. It's unique, I think, in the cultural life of Britain in that it is unashamedly celebratory of the intellect and practice. We're not going to be shy of doing serious work, whether it's for young or older people, and we're going to open up the research of King's and the best in King's processes to scrutiny by the public. It'll be an attractive programme linking artists, creators and researchers in what I believe will be a unique programme.
Our exhibition will be called Between, and it runs in the new East Wing of Somerset House from April to June 2012. The work that will be part of this exhibition comes from three artists who have similar interests in how the brain and how the body are represented through time-based installation work. One of them, Andrew Carney, is an artist who I've worked with for over 10 years now. Susan Aldworth's work is something that a lot of us in science have been aware of for a while. She's exhibited in a number of places around London. And the things that I think particularly interest me about Susan's work are I think the word would be liminal space that it occupies somewhere in between the mind and thought and the actual structures of the brain.
I'll sort of take that back a step first. I come from two disciplines. I took a degree in philosophy before I studied fine art, so my work is very, very sort of ideas-led. My work is about the human condition, human identity, who are we? Neuroscientists seem to be offering us a really materialistic view of the person in the 21st century. If we can reduce a human being to our material makeup, it seems to me to have philosophical implications for all of us. So I'm intrigued to find out what neuroscientists know, and my work is about asking the questions. It's never about answering it. I leave that to the scientists.
A lot of work and energy is going into supporting collaborations like this, and increasingly science and art working together is seen as a valuable cultural activity in its own right, something different from both science and art, something that has its own critical voice.
One of the reasons the three of us are very pleased to work with Richard on this project is the chance to show at Somerset House, because it has a huge history of showing extraordinary art, and it's very nice to feel you're part of that tradition. Art and science is a big British movement in contemporary art, and one of the things that often gets marginalised is into sort of scientific settings or museum settings, and the idea of it being in a proper contemporary art setting where it can speak to an art public as well as an intellectual public is very exciting for us.
Well, the project, as I've described, is, I believe, genuinely innovative, but genuinely innovative, accessible things don't come cheap and are certainly rarely free. We've had wonderful support from alumni and friends so far, but we need to do a great deal more, and with the support of alumni and friends, we can make these dreams happen.